So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're discussing FIFA 18 career mode. I meant to do this video a few weeks or months ago, just never got around to it as different things popped up. But I have found a list that is very comprehensive and it lists a lot of improvements to career mode that sometimes, or some things that you wouldn't really consider as well, they've been in this list as well. So I really hope you enjoy the list and let's get into the video. If you do enjoy it, leave a big thumbs up and subscribe for more FIFA 18 content when it comes. So the first suggestion is under 18 and under 21 teams. A feature we'd all like to see is being able to control and view a youth team. Your player just came back from a nasty injury, test him out with the under 21s. Your player's unhappy at the lack of football, play them with the under 21s. Now this is a pretty cool suggestion because it adds a lot more depth to your actual team, and a lot of players, you can't really play them because your team's in form. You don't want to switch players around, and some players, they come up to you, they ask for playing time. You can't really give it to them, and you got no other way to play them. Obviously, this leads to them wanting to hand in a transfer request and all that stuff. So having an under 18 and under 21 team allows you to throw them in there, get them some playing time, and could add an extra little element and prevent players from leaving the squad. So number 2 is the ability to request the change to the match date. So you all know the 2 matches in 2 days sort of thing, which is pretty annoying. So the guy says, unless EA fixes that, we would like to have the ability to request the change to the match date. So basically, if you look at your calendar and you've got like one game every 2 days, you know your team's gonna be struggling for fitness and all that stuff. You can request to change it, and if approved, you would get your game at a later date. I think this is good because it's really annoying having to use reserve teams in important games because your main squad is really dead. They're tired, they can't play to the highest level. So they either have to fix the fixtures in the career mode itself, or they have to offer this sort of thing as well. So I like this suggestion. So number 3 is realistic transfers from the teams that you're not managing. And the explanation is that all the transfers from the AI are the same thing. Griezmann to United, Alaba to Juventus, and the random centre-back to Barcelona. And every year they're like, yeah, we improved the transfers, systems are going to be more realistic and all that stuff. And as usual, it's the repetitive transfers. Every career mode, I always see that Alaba to Juventus transferred no matter what career mode you do. And yeah, I'd like to see more realistic stuff as well. So number 4 is to not make the AI play the same tactic. The most annoying thing about FIFA is there's no variation. Find one way to win, use it every game, and there's your title. Yeah, it's pretty true. I mean, I've played a Watford career mode, and we haven't got the best squad, as you can see, but I'm still coming first, and I'm winning the Premier League by like almost 20 points. It's pretty crazy, and this is on legendary difficulty as well. So, average players can win the Premier League, even in an average team. So, and that's because it's basically using the same tactics over and over, like just getting pacey players, running down the line and cutting inside, taking a shot, or having a big tall striker up front that wins everything. He's able to hold the ball, quick passes around. It's sort of the same tactic to beat every team. It doesn't feel like you have to change your style of play for different types of teams in order to beat them. Maybe a few teams are a bit harder than others, where they really sit back and defend. But for most of it, it's pretty easy to win the Premier League with any team. So solution number 5 is an option to expand/build a new stadium. This is desperately needed as you don't want to take Accrington Stanley from League 2 to Champions League winners with the semi-final played in front of a grand 10,000 people in Town Park. It's funny because it's true. I mean, you usually build a great squad over a few years and you're always playing in the same stadium with the same capacity. Now, obviously, this is a little harder to put into the game, but I mean, if they could pull it off, it could be pretty cool. So solution number 6, new kits every season. So picture it, it's 2027, Portsmouth is in the Champions League final, the cameras pan over to the players, and what do we see? The League 2 badge still on the players' jerseys. Now, I would like to see new badges depending on different types of leagues you're playing in. So Champions Cup would have their own badge, and FA Cup would have their own badge. I think maybe FA Cup has it, I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely the European competitions need a badge, because you always see the League 2 badge or the Premier League badge on the players when it's not a Premier League game, so why should it be on the badge? Also, new jerseys every year. I guess that's an option file sort of thing, because EA wouldn't be able to do that sort of thing, so maybe having option files in FIFA would be beneficial to the game. Solution number 7, stadium attendance depending on your performance. If you're playing really well, out of this world, the team's playing great, coming first in the Premier League, the stadium's going to be full week in, week out. That's sort of what's expected in real life as well. But if you're playing pretty badly, ugly football, the stadium, maybe not everyone's going to turn up, so you'd see a few empty seats like some Arsenal games and maybe some Man City games. Little jabs there at those teams. No offense if you're a supporter like that, it's only a joke. But yeah, if the team's playing bad, empty seats, I like that idea. If the team's playing good, stadium's going to be full. Let me know if you like that idea as well. So solution number 8 is being able to request money. We had it in the game last year and it was removed this year. Also, apparently we can't get back money from winning tournaments. Now, I don't remember if we can this year, but I guess we can't because it's in the solution here. But definitely being able to request more money when you need it is always a good thing. And I did use it a lot in FIFA 16, especially when you need to squeeze out 2 or 3 more million to sign that good player. And you get that money, but you have to promise the board that you're going to do well in the season. I'd like to see that back in the game because it's really a crucial element to the transfer system, I guess, and budgeting. So solution number 9 is player faces for every single player in the top 5 European leagues. And this one doesn't need explanation. It's pretty funny to see a lot of generic players come through the game. It's a bit annoying as well. I'd like to see more real faces in the game, especially when you're doing career mode and every year brings new players, new faces. And you're always having a team of generics. It's pretty bad, really, for a game like FIFA. Solution number 10 is a change to training. How can it be impossible to improve a player's strength, yet you can train his vision? In real life, it's much easier to train a player physically than mentally. And I do have to agree with this. You would think strength is something you could improve because you just have to lift weights and all that stuff to improve strength. And I'm surprised that it's not in the game. But I think the training system overall needs to be quicker because I get really bored with training players over every week, week after week. I just jump into the games now. I don't really use training at all. Solution number 11 is players should grow with form playing a more important factor. So if a 32-year-old is still banging in goals, then he should not decline at such an extreme rate, if at all. A real life example would be Adjariz. Now, I had Cristiano Ronaldo, had a great season, 90 something overall, scored like over 25 goals. The next season declined to like an 81, barely usable. I had to bench him because his attributes just went down completely and he wasn't the player he was last season. So this is a tip I can agree with. Solution 12 is a bit interesting. It says relegated teams should be forced into fire sales and taken a below market transfer fee. Not in all cases if the team has considerable club value, but it should be the case for vast majority of teams. Let me know what you think about that one. I would think that if I was a relegated team, I'd want to keep all my star players, but obviously sometimes in real life they sell them for cash and all that stuff to rebuild. So it's an interesting element if they did put this in the game, and I think it would help. It would help, I mean, to an extent, but then you would have like the big clubs just raiding them and buying out their best players, which could be a little unfair as well. So solution number 13, ticket pricing and merchandise. Let us alter the prices of tickets, create merchandise to create profits, and make the objectives more reasonable to achieve. With the new scrappy objectives, we need to gain ticket profits, but we have no way of controlling that. Now, I think ticket pricing was in FIFA 08 or something, one of those early years of FIFA. And it was good, but it didn't really have any effect on the fans, you know. If they do it, I'd like to see it done well. And so things like having higher ticket prices for Champions League games and maybe against the big teams would make sense. And then lowering the prices according to the team you're playing against and the league you're playing in. I think that would make sense as well. And also having high ticket prices for a long time could mean that the fans start rejecting it because they believe it's not fair, and so you would have less showing up to the games and all that. I think if they do this sort of thing, it has to have an effect in the career mode, not just something that really doesn't do anything. So that is the end of part 1. If you want to see part 2, please get 50 likes on this video and I will definitely do a part 2. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe for more FIFA 18 content, and let me know if you like the suggestions in this video, and we're going to continue with the list in part 2. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe by clicking the icon and follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. all the same name under Vapex Karma. Remember to watch another video. There's 2 you can pick from, and I'll see you guys next time.